Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today, Tesla just made financing a little bit worse for the Tesla Model Y, and they're really doing a different strategy here where they're telling us it's going to get worse. They're not necessarily giving us timelines or dates, and they're just ripping off the band-aid and making it worse. And now financing for the Tesla Model Y just got a little bit worse. So we're going to get into that, plus a variety of topics. But before we do that, let's roll that intro real quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla deal hacking, as I like to call it. And if you want to join our free email newsletter, you could do that down below in the description. We also have a brand new page on our website that gives you all the different discount codes, the top 3 recommended accessories that I really pick out of. There's a ton out there, plus discount codes for you to save and everything. Today's live stream is sponsored by Aura, where you can protect your online data and privacy and much more, but more on that later. And so Tesla is really changing up their strategy now, and they just made financing for the Tesla Model Y a little bit worse. I feel like, in the past they would give us massive heads up on when they were going to be doing this, but now Tesla is just ripping off the band-aid and just doing it super quietly and just updating websites and making it worse. Tesla has quietly raised the interest rate to 3.99% for the brand new Tesla Model Y. It was 3.49%. I mean, it was 1.99% last quarter. So it's really shaping up to be that deal was the best deal so far year to date for the Tesla Model Y. And at 4%, or basically 3.99%, we're getting into some interesting ranges here, maybe even some ranges of like credit union. And actually, there is a way to get 2.49%, at least in theory. I think I'm going to talk about that tomorrow because it's perfect timing for all of this, and it includes refinancing. And so if you're looking to get a lower rate, you do have to jump through a lot of different hoops to actually get there, but at least there might be a way for you to do it if you're looking to get a lower financing rate and everything. But still, very interesting to see Tesla with no, yes, they did give us, I was about to say like no notice, but they have been saying for a while now, take delivery now, place your orders in, limited inventory. These deals are going to get worse, but it's interesting because on one hand, we've got the Model 3 in which they are giving us a date. Hey, this is going to get worse on September 1st, like the 0% financing is disappearing. But on the Model Y, they just quietly increased it with no warning at all. In fact, I feel like I've got a hunch / a theory on what might happen in the next month that might try and be a way for them, not necessarily to make incentives better, but also get them to push a certain feature, which I think I'll talk about at the end of this. But the one thing is for sure, if you're looking to be placing your Tesla order, don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description. So you can get 3 months of full self-driving added to your Tesla vehicle. If you're already getting full self-driving, then using our Tesla referral code down below does support the channel as well. And so that's why I've been kind of touting for a while, like even if you know you're going to be buying a Tesla vehicle, and if you're okay with risking the $250 non-refundable deposit, you might as well just throw your order in onto the Tesla website, because that's not necessarily committing you 100% that you're buying it. You're just adding yourself on a wait list, and you still have to wait for a VIN. You still have to wait for credit applications and everything. And so, I mean, the kudos to everybody that, listened to the advice and locked in and got into a Tesla order, because now it looks like you were able to get yourself at least a 0.5% interest rate. And we could see this getting worse day by day. It's not even September yet. And if they're already signaling to us that some of these incentives, like on the Model 3, the 0% or the 2.99 is ending on September 1st, then we could easily see some sort of same effect here with the Model Y. And they could easily make this 3.99 to 4.49 or even 4.99. So you can see how it could get worse and worse. And maybe if we believe Tesla and that the demand is actually there, then maybe that is why they are looking to actually do this. And got to give a big shout out to Falker451 for spotting this initially on the website, that the now they're saying 3.99 APR is available for a short time, a limited time as well. And so if you believe Tesla, which I mean, there really hasn't been given us anything to not believe them, this could be an interesting one for sure at the end of the day. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. I mean, one thing is for not for sure, but one thing could be an interesting, hypothesis if I were to put on my thinking hat. Like, what if Tesla could be starting to aggressively raise the interest rates, like 4.49 to like 4.99, then maybe even up to 5.54 as it was before. And then in September, as a way to, push people to get more product, they say, hey, because we like, that Tesla does these type of deals. Like, hey, if you get full self-driving onto your vehicle, then maybe you can get like a 1.99% interest rate. And maybe that's their quick strategy over the next 30 days to really try and push, because they know lower interest rates sell, and people will buy like a separate product or full self-driving to get a lower interest rate. I mean, it's kind of happening right now on the Model 3 and the Cybertruck. And so we could easily see some sort of combination of that in the near future. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. I know all of you, or a lot of you, are looking to get the maximum discount on your vehicle, but don't forget about your current vehicle as well. And that's where our partners Give Me the VIN come into play down below in the description. Please do not trade in your vehicle to Tesla. Please give one of our partners, Give Me the VIN, down below in the description, a shot at buying your vehicle from you. And they can do that from the comfort of your home. In fact, one of our community members was able to send me some screenshots that Give Me the VIN was able to give him $3,000 more than what Tesla did. So I would definitely take a shot at it and see what type of maximum value that Give Me the VIN can get you down below in the description. And they're running a $25,000 cash giveaway as well. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. What do you think about the 3.99% offer? We certainly are getting into credit union rates as well at this range. And so it's almost like, Tesla still has the edge because it's going to be a lot easier with financing and everything. And we'll see how long this actually lasts with the 3.99 and how quickly. I mean, we could easily see by the end of the month it goes to like 4.49 and then so on and so forth for sure. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments.
If you're planning on financing your Tesla, then there's one thing you need to do before you even apply: protect your credit. Seriously, because here's the wildest part. Bank of America just had a data breach recently, and they didn't even tell customers for a month. That means your social, your phone number, and your email could have already been out there, and you'd have no clue. Most companies wait on average of 277 days to report a breach. That's 9 months where your identity is exposed and you're the last to know. That's why I use Aura, today's sponsor. Aura constantly scans the dark web and lets me know if anything tied to me shows up: my social, bank info, or any of my personal information. And that's not just for breaches. There's so many different tools I use with Aura. Want to reduce those pesky spam calls? Aura's got it. Want to remove your data, like your addresses, phone numbers, from those sketchy broker sites? Aura has that too. They will also include $5 million in identity theft insurance, and everything's packed into one clean app. You can try it free for 14 days at aura.com/DennisCW. I'll put that in the description as well. Don't wait until someone else tells you your data is at risk. That's like turning on Sentry mode after your car got keyed. Protect your credit before you apply. I'm doing it, and you should too.
Thanks for that, everyone. Let's see you drop by today. Art, thanks for coming in. Blueberry, great to see you. U-Haul, thanks for coming in. Clutch, great to see you. Volky, June, and Sean, and who else we got here? Mountain, thank you all for dropping by. Thanks for hitting the like button, the comments, and everything. Art, looking forward to the Model Y Performance, hoping it will get Model Y L upgrades like those comfy seats, rear air vents, and Gen 2 air suspension. Yeah, I'm hoping it gets all those different upgrades as well. It could be an interesting one for sure. New L's just debuted. Yes, actually that happened yesterday when we were taking a look at it, and with all the different details. Really cool to see. Clutch, funny enough, after your stream ended, I checked Tesla app and received my VIN 2 days after ordering, so I can confirm I was just like your friend. Funny enough, it's an Austin build, no Fremont. Oh, what the heck? Even though you live in Fremont, you're getting an Austin build? That makes no sense to me, but I mean, unless they're retooling the Fremont line and maybe production is down from there. Good thing we got our Tesla on time. You're right. They gave no warning for these incentives ending. Yeah, it's kind of interesting because on one hand, you have Tesla saying like, hey, Model 3 incentives are ending. Hey, go take a look at it. And then they're just like slowly increasing the Model Y, which they know the Model Y has more people interested, ordering, and everything. Volky managed to get an ultra red Model 3 long range all-wheel drive right before the option credit disappeared. Nice. Congrats on that. June, June. Yeah, June. Sorry. Sorry if I messed that up. They doing this to make up the value of the Tesla go up? I don't know what they're actually doing here. I mean, it could be on one hand, they're trying to create more FOMO and people trying to get people to order, or they're trying to lift it up and then just drop it right back down before September. We have no idea at this point. Sean, if I put an order for the Model Y all-wheel drive and decide I do not want it, but I want the performance, 3 performance, will they let me switch to I reuse, or if I refuse to buy the Y? Yes, I've certainly seen that in the past where people are able to switch the model of interest. So yes, you should be fine with that. Or they'll do like a order it, or they'll do something where like you order the new one and then they refund you the old one. I've seen that as well. Volky, inventory cars were flying this past week. Had to work hard to get what I wanted. Yeah, it seems like Model Ys are flying off the shelves. Mountain, no inventory around me. Before they had at least 50 plus in stock on Model Y. Now almost nothing, like 2 or 3 max. Yeah, so I mean, it's selling, and so maybe that's why they're just like, hey, let's just raise it, because a lot of these different markets, because they can see the data, a lot of different state inventories or whichever are just sold out. Wait, Sean, thanks for coming in. Timothy, I just ordered a Model Y Robo Drive Quicksilver on Sunday. Fingers crossed I get delivery before September 30th. I do live in Cali, so not too worried, but still, yeah, Cali should be quick, especially with Robo Drive or long range all-wheel drive. Mountain, would love to see the Model Y Performance. That would look great. Yeah, good segue actually, because the Model Y Performance L would be a very interesting collab, or very interesting mix between the two models. In this next topic, here's the truth about the Model Y 6-seater. There was a ton of different hidden features that have been released over the past day or so. So let's take a look at all of them. One of them being the third row. Is it actually spacious enough with all these different features? There's actually a recline button here where you can actually make it go back a little bit longer, which then would also give you a little bit more headroom. But you can see he's already pretty close to the top here. Quote, a person that is 6 feet tall can sit in third row and still have about a fist headroom or fist worth of headroom left. But he's also reclined a little bit. And so I don't know how comfortable that actually is. I mean, that's my gripe with like the Model Y third row seat. Like if you put anybody back there for a long road trip and, you know, God forbid some sort of different accident, whichever could happen, I'm not sure I would want anybody back there because of how close it is to the backside of it. There's a really cool update with the suspension here. There's an adaptive suspension in the Model Y L that has settings in the dynamic menu that prioritizes suspension comfort for the second and third row. And so I gotta imagine they probably developed a lot of different features on both the Model Y L and also the Performance as well. So really cool to see that. Here's a shot of the wheels with the covers off, and you know what? I'm not mad at it. I kind of like the covers off for the first time on a Tesla vehicle, and I think I would definitely rock it with the covers off if I were able to get a Model Y L. Here's our first picture of the Model Y L on the right side, and then versus the Model Y, just regular one, on the left side. You can see it is significantly bigger, longer, taller, which of course creates that bigger space and everything. Here is that same type of stack to stack image with like it morphed together. You can see that the Model Y L is taller and longer as well for that extra space across the board. Here's some more pictures of the two vehicles stacked together. It's like one of those illusion type of things, because if you were to look at them side by side or individually, they don't look that much bigger, but then when you stack them side by side, it is an interesting look for sure. There's also supposedly like another third brake light here that is on the Model Y L that makes it look a little bit different as well. And here's what you all were waiting for, but here's a concept of what a Model Y L Performance could potentially look like. You can see we've got the Performance badging right here, not the plaid. We've got a what's maybe a carbon fiber spoiler. We've got a bigger diffuser, Model Y LL Performance badge as well. Very interesting to see this, and maybe that could be a vehicle that could be coming out. Here's a shot of what the white interior versus the black interior could look like between the two interiors, and I mean, I think I would go white and maybe black with white interior at the end of the day. Supposedly the demand for the Model Y L is, you know, hitting some decent amount of reservations. People are posting that it was already past like 35 to 40,000 reservations for the Model Y L since it actually has come out. And here's a good look at the adjustability of the seats. You can see that it slides up and down, but I don't know, I'm still like undecided if I like these type of things as well. Like even just having something right there like protruding that much. But let us know if this is like a thing that you were, excited about with the seats, making it look a little bit more comfortable at the end of the day. Speaking of seats, we've got this extender thigh supports that's motorized so that you can be a little bit more comfortable. I mean, the Model X doesn't even have something like this, or the Model S. So very interesting to see it being debuted on a Model Y at the end of the day. And we've got screen sizes. The Model Y L has a slightly bigger screen. Well, I guess it's pretty good. It's 16 inches up from 15.4 on the regular Model Y, and a more squared off bezel. In fact, like a lot of the different parts of the vehicle are very squared off. Like I'm thinking like the rear seat, and now also the screen here, like the third row seat is very squared off as well. We've also got an interesting 50-watt wireless charger that has cooling fans, because the wireless chargers on the Tesla vehicles, they do heat up the phone a lot. And so now we've got a cooling fan or an air vent in the middle that helps with cooling your phone, which is really cool to see. But I don't know. I mean, how many people actually use this wireless charger? Of course, you guys know that we recommend the Jowa phone mount because it's charging, and if you put it on the dash like that, the AC hits it, so it's already kind of cooling as well. Promo code down below in the description so you can save some money on it. And here is the best look, and this is one of those. A lot of people have been asking me what I think about the Model Y L and am I excited for it. I think I'm going to have to wait until I see it in person, because, it's cool that it's a third row and captain's chairs or whichever, but I'm really wondering like how big this third row actually is. Is that extra inches going to be usable for space? Because this picture might sum it all up, like just like how the last Model Y 7-seater, like it was nice to have a third row back there, but would I want to put people back there on a longer road trip, especially maybe people on the taller side? Maybe not. And you can see, I don't know how tall this gentleman is, but certainly if the hood is open just like this, you can see how much his head is protruding on the Model Y 6-seater. Now, of course, maybe it's for like kids, but I don't know if I want to put my kids in a third row in a smaller vehicle like this. I think I'd want to have a bigger vehicle. And of course, we got a picture of the spoiler now. It does appear it is like a black gloss type of spoiler, so not a carbon fiber one. And you can see it's a duck lid one, so that it lifts up a little bit with that. We've got some more different stats here of people just trying to shove into the back, and you can see how much spacing is in the third row. So it's a very tight squeeze. And that's why it's one of these things, like I'm going to wait until I actually see one in person when they hit showrooms, if they hit showrooms here, and how comfortable it is to actually sit back there. Or is this just gonna be one of those vehicles where the captain's chairs are going to always be up, but the third row is going to be folded down? It seems like there's also a new type of technology in this that hopefully will debut to the US very shortly, but they're adding a Hey Tesla type of feature where you can prompt hopefully Grok or your Tesla vehicle just by saying Hey Tesla, and something will be able to answer your questions. I think this is probably one of the coolest things so far that I've seen, but the rear trunk deck lid, or the under area storage area, whichever, has magnets so that you can keep them up, or you can keep the lid up when you open it, which is really cool, because sometimes when you lift it up, you don't know what to really do with it. And so this is really cool to have it stick up so that you can access things underneath it and just make it more usable at the end of the day. And this is what I mean about like the squared off-ish right here. You can see the third row is very square, just like how the screen is very squared as well. I thought this post was funny from Christopher, but he says, I see what Tesla did, introduce the Model Y L, and the standard Model Y becomes the more affordable version. And maybe that's what we'll see, more incentives and everything with it. And one last thing about the Model Y, we've got a long, nice walk around of the new vehicle as it hits showrooms across China, all over the place, so that people can start to place their orders and hopefully take delivery very, very soon of the vehicle. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. What do you think about the Model Y L? And is this something that you're super excited for, or are you going to be passing and waiting for a deal on one?
Now that you've bought your Tesla, or you're about to buy your Tesla, did you know that it comes with 0 accessories? Seriously, not even a phone mount. But don't worry, we've got you covered. In my opinion, there's a few must-haves that every Tesla owner should get, like a phone mount so your phone doesn't fly off during acceleration, a center console organizer because without it, you're going to lose a bunch of stuff, and my newest favorite, an invisible underscreen station mount from Jowa, a great place to store sunglasses. And all of these accessories, plus more, you can get from our partner Jowa. And you know these accessories are good because I actually use all of their stuff. And if you use our promo code down below in the description, you can save some money and support support the channel as well. But Jowa doesn't stop at just the basics. They've got a wireless game controller that fits perfectly in the glove box, a portable air compressor for peace of mind on those long road trips, and even an electric scooter, because why walk from the superchargers or level 2 chargers? So not only will you save some money by using our promo code down below in the description, you can also get free shipping on orders over $120. So definitely check it out, link down below in the description. Thank you to Jowa for partnering with us on this channel, and let's get on to the next topic.
Thanks for that, everyone. Sabrina, hi Dennis. I just pulled the trigger and got my Quicksilver Model Y, ordered on 8/7, and pickup was a week ago. My salesperson could lock me in with a lower APR, $1,500 discount, and $2,000 color discount. Nice, Sabrina. Congrats on that. Enjoy your new Tesla in good health. And of course, now here is the exciting, second most exciting part, which is going to be accessories. Riem, Tesla assigned me a VIN and then removed my VIN, assigned me another one, and VIN about 8 hours. Agents told me the original car did not pass inspection. Yeah, I guess that makes sense with that, and that's why they gave it away. Maybe something happened during transit, whichever. But if you're just joining in, welcome. Tesla has made buying a Model Y a little bit worse in terms of financing. They have raised the interest rate to 3.99%. It was 3.49%. Unfortunately, it's Fun Jun. If that helps you, Fun Jun. Thank you for that. So Jun like sun. Thank you. Hopefully you're doing well. U-Haul Quicksilver, yeah, great color for sure. Aaron, do you think the $99 full self-driving subscription is worth it on hardware 3 Teslas? I mean, the cool thing with that, Aaron, is test it out. Test it out for a month or two, see if it works well in your commute, and then move on from there. You're not plunking down $8,000 for that. Bradley, I forgot to use your referral when I made my order. What can I do to still use it? Actually, all you have to do is message Tesla, give them the referral link down below in the description, and then they'll tell them to add it on, and it should be very easy for them to do that. Knowing Tesla, they'll make the back extra rigid to protect the back passengers. Blueberry, yeah, I can see that for sure. U-Haul Model YL suspension equals Model Y. Oh, I see what you're saying there. It's like very similar in terms of ride quality. Sabrina, I talked to my service center. Model Y 2026 Fremont. Our builds are pretty solid. Common problem are only uneven paint issues. Please check your new Model Y, and if you have paint issues, schedule service appointment. Yeah, I would say like Austin has also had paint issues before in the past as well. It's a little bit of a mixed bag between both of them, but that's why you do have to just do an inspection, look for like rust, paint dots, or whichever, and then Tesla service can help repair them, fix them, or whichever the case may be. What else we got? In this next topic, Tesla has introduced a turn stock, a retrofittable turn stock for the Tesla Model 3, the new Tesla Model 3. So like 2024 up. So if you hate not having a turn stock, I don't know how this is actually going to put into or function with the people that have like the left and right. So, I mean, I guess maybe like the buttons will also get reprogrammed. I guess that makes a lot of sense here. But Tesla has reintroduced the turn stock back into the Model 3 in China. All new orders will now feature a turn stock instead of buttons on the steering wheel. A retrofit will be offered for around $2,500 CNY, which is $350. The product is available for leverless vehicles produced after February 7th of 2025. And so I guess my question is, would you pay for something to get a turn stock back? And I want to say there's like aftermarket options as well so that you can get a turn stock, but I guess like replacing the buttons would get a little bit annoying because you don't want double having a turn stock and having the buttons on top of that. So I probably recommend the US version, or sorry, the Tesla version, so that it probably replaces the buttons as well. I guess we don't really know with that one, but I'm actually okay with not having a turn stock. It's actually super confusing to go between vehicles, some that have a turn stock and some that do, because our Model Y has a turn stock. Cybertruck, you have got the buttons, and so sometimes I'm like looking and scrambling where to push, but I actually would prefer not having a turn stock, because once you get used to having just buttons, it's a lot less effort to just go like hitting a button like this versus like hitting your arm behind the steering wheel like this. So certainly very interesting to see, and let us know if you've got a new Model 3 would you opt to get the retrofit for your Tesla vehicle instead?
But one thing's for sure, if you're buying a new Tesla, it does not come with this, and that's a set of all-weather floor mats. My favorite set so far right now is a set by 3W Liners, and I've tried all the different floor mats that are out there, 3D Mats USA, Tasmanian, and a bunch of Amazon ones, and by far, these are going to be my favorite set. I've got them in our Model X, Model 3, Model Y, and also Cybertruck as well. And if you use our promo code down below in the description, not only will you save 25% off and get a set under $100, you'll support the channel as well. So definitely check out our partner 3W Liner floor mats down below in the description, and let's get on to the next topic.
Thanks for that, everyone. And they just gave us an exclusive high offer promo code at Dennis35 for 35% off. So if you're looking for a floor mat set that is way more cheaper than the OEM ones, lifetime warranty, and of course a 35% discount, definitely check it out. Link down below in the description. And thank you to everybody that's used our links down below to support the channel as well. Clutch, I got an estimated delivery date of August 31st to September 22. I ordered a couple days later. There's a chance it would have reached past September 30th. Yeah, I mean, really, there could be a chance for anybody that's pending order right now for it to get pushed. I've talked to some people that have delivery dates like September 15 to 30. So it's kind of all over the place depending on where you're at. But California, Clutch, I think you should be completely fine. And if anything, there's plenty of inventory in California for you to probably like pivot to an inventory vehicle. Brian, it's pretty much Juniper Performance or bust for me at this point. It is what it is. Yeah, I mean, Performance would be sick. Clutch, why do Teslas in Asia have the Tesla Classic logo, but the Teslas in America and Europe, it's not there? Personally, to me, the logo doesn't fit the new Model Y. That's a good point. And I forgot what was the reasoning why they did that. I think it's like there's more competition in China, so they put the logo there. But in the US, not so much, maybe. It's just like Tesla owns the market. Real, I got my APR locked in at 2.49 a day before they raised it. Nice. Congrats, Real Black Betty, for doing that. Mountain, I like the Y mainly for the added space and better seats. I would just leave the third row down and just enjoy the extra space. Yeah, and also potentially more comfortable suspension as well now that we see all the different updates. Timoteo, great to see you. Placed my order for a Model 3 Performance Ultra Red with a white interior with full self-driving yesterday. I didn't know that 0% with financing with full self-driving was going to end on September 1st. I don't think I'll get it in time. Love your channel. Timoteo, actually send me a DM on Timoteo. I might have a deal for you for full self-driving that can get you that 0% as well. Send me a DM on Instagram so that you can be added to the wait list. Tesla 54, thanks for coming in. Drew, Brian, it's pretty much Model Y Performance or bust for me. Oh, you already said that. Tesla 54, no Model 3 Performance yet. We will see. In terms of deals, I mean, I feel like your vibe is maybe looking to buy like a used one at like 40 to like 35 to 40K would be a great deal with that one. Aaron, it should be discounted on the hardware 3 models since it's technically not the latest and greatest Tesla has. That's a good point, actually. Like the older ones, maybe it should be like $70 a month because it's not as good. That could be an interesting way to kind of tease people into seeing like a little bit of what it can do. But since it can't do, I mean, it's still good enough. Like our Model X has the full self-driving, but it's not, yeah, you can tell where it, like the new Model Y is a lot better. Real, all incentives gone except the APR, which is rising. Yeah, Tesla is starting to pull back a lot on the Model Y incentives. Sean, I'm wondering if it would be worth trading in my 401k in retirement and selling my house so I could buy a Roadster just to live in it. And I hear it's going to be that cool. No, it's definitely not worth it to do that, Sean. But hey, you can't drive your house. So I see where your head's at there. Trent, heck no. Buttons over stocks. I never want them again. Yeah, 100%. I'm in the same camp there. Why not offer a simple voice command and require neither Grok signal left or Grok signal right? Rick, that's an interesting idea. Like, Grok, can you just like look at the navigation of where I'm going and then just do all my signals for me and just do all, actually the full self-driving already does that. I mean, the use cases for full self-driving plus Grok will be pretty interesting. Model 3 fever. The Tesla logo is regulatory. It is required in China. Ooh, that's a good point. Model 3. I think I read that somewhere and I just completely forgot. Tuck, what are your recommendations for electrician and window tint in Las Vegas? I actually don't have any in Vegas. I've got a ton in California because it's just people that I've worked with or I've done work on our vehicles, but none in the Vegas market. Rajan, I was all set to order the all-wheel drive Juniper 4730, but seeing the new Model YL, I decided to wait. Yeah, Rajan, I mean, the Model YL is going to be a hit in the US, I feel like, especially if they figure out the pricing and it's not too crazy. And maybe one of these next days, we'll talk about the pricing of it. Real, does anyone have the experience where you trade in your car and they came back and say they lowered the payment? They promise you? Yes. Tesla is actually pretty notorious for that. I mean, really, and the reason why, it's not necessarily Tesla's fault. It's because like when you place your order, you could be 3 to 5 weeks from actually taking delivery. And so the market can change a lot between that 3 to 5 weeks. And so that's why I highly recommend not selling to Tesla at all, giving one of these websites like Give Me the VIN, one of our partners, a shot at your vehicle. They will buy your vehicle from the comfort of your home and they want to get you maximum value. We just had a viewer send me screenshots and where he was able to get $3,000 more than what Tesla was offering. So you might as well check it out and give it a shot down below in the description. In this next topic, let's talk about one of the first things that you should do after buying your Tesla. One of the things I recommend a ton, and that is going to be window tint. And there's a lot of different variations and brands, but let me give you a cheat code on pricing for the different tints so you can see what is the best option and why there's different levels to this as well. This was inspired by Teslarati and how they posted this. You just picked up your brand new Tesla, and I think a lot of you are about to pick up your brand new Tesla. What accessories are the must-have for new orders? I think a lot of you know what are my top 3. If you don't, definitely check out our deal spreadsheet down below in the description. But the quick TLDR, it's phone mount, center console, because your Tesla doesn't come with one with either of those, and of course all-weather floor mats because it also doesn't come with that as well. But here is the cheat code with tint, because there is a lot of different options, and some of you might have seen that within Tesla's app in the pre-delivery task, it does ask you, do you want to put on tint for your vehicle? And spoiler alert, that is probably not one of the best options at all, but still you can see some of the pricing for some of the vehicles. Like let's just take the Model Y for instance in terms of XPEL. I'm not saying that XPEL is not a good brand. I'm just saying that don't submit your information to Tesla, because Tesla is just going to shotgun your information as a customer to any of their XPEL dealers, and you have no idea who it's going to get sent to until it's already too late. And then you might as well do a little bit of research before you actually do this. And so certainly there actually is a XPEL website that gives you all the different pricing already up front. And you can see here that if you were to go like window tint Prime XR Plus, which is I highly recommend. I actually recommend any tint that does a lot of different UV protection and IR protection as well. Like you can see their stats, Prime XR Plus does 96 blocking of infrared heat, which is really what you want, plus like the UV protection and everything. Because there's some other shops that yes, you can do window tint for like $50, $100, $200 for the whole car, but you don't know if that film is good enough to block like UV tint, and also the clarity of that film could be really bad as well. Trust me, I know, because I made the mistake of because when I first got my first Tesla, I had no idea about like the different levels to tint. So I just went to the cheapest shop that I could found, and lo and behold, it was not the best. The cutting was all off, and the clarity, because we tinted the windshield, was really hazy and almost unbearable to drive. And so that's where I strongly recommend just paying a little bit more for one of these different brands that are out there. I mean, there's XPEL, there's 3M, there's SolarGuard, there's a ton of out there that are just much better than your low budget tint at the end of the day. And so what's cool with this website is it does give you pricing. So if you were to take like a Model Y plus all with the side windows, the front windows and the back window, which I recommend, plus the windshield, you're looking at about $950 plus tax and everything with installation. And so certainly that might sound like a lot, but it's kind of worth the investment, especially if you're in places like California, Arizona, Texas, where the sun just beats down on you a lot. And you got to think about it, with the Tesla vehicle, there is a lot more glass than your normal vehicle. So your vehicle will get hot pretty quickly. And so that's where we do have a partner at Unplugged Performance, and they just created a dentist deal for us. So if you're interested in the Los Angeles area, I would highly recommend. And here's what's the difference with the Unplugged Performance deal. They actually take apart a lot of the different parts, like the side panels and everything. Because if you think about it, just like how if you were to put a phone screen on or a screen protector on your phone, you want to make sure it's super clean with dust and everything, because you don't want to get anything stuck into that. And instead of just going to the XPIL site and submitting information and gets shotgun to anywhere, you will actually get partnered, or you can actually just go straight to Unplugged Performance with a link down below and just ask for the dentist deal, which we included with that. They take apart everything, they install it, and also they wash your vehicle as well, both inside and outside. So like a mini detail. And if you're in the Los Angeles area, it is definitely worth it. If you're not in the Los Angeles area, like if you're in OC, Irvine, or whichever, I highly recommend OC Tint Solutions. They've done a plenty of our vehicles in the past, and also 24K Shine, who has also done some work in terms of mobile detailing, who all can also do tint as well. All three of these have a dentist deal, and they're all down below in the description. But let us know what your thoughts are. We've done plenty of videos on what type of coloring and everything, but really the easiest way for the Model Y, which I know a lot of you are out there, is 15% on the side windows, 50% on the rear windows, and then the front and the rear, you can kind of do whichever. But if you're doing front windshield, which I highly recommend, you probably want to be like 50 to 70%. The higher the number, the lighter it is at the end of the day. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. Tuck, Tesla charger inside garage or outside? I've actually put mine outside, but I've seen it done either way. Cubano, thanks for coming in. Do you think Q4 will still be full of crazy deals, Brian? Yes, 100%. Mike, I ordered a new Model Y and they shipped it to the wrong location 3 hours away, hoping tomorrow is the big deal. They shipped a Model Y to the wrong location 3 hours away. That is terrible. How is the hidden storage thing from Jawa goes under the screen? Think about getting it. The hidden storage thing that goes underneath the screen for like where you can put your sunglasses. Actually, I use that a ton on the Model Y. Very, very well worth it. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for hitting the like button and the comments and everything. And I'll see you guys in the next one.